Good afternoon and welcome back to High Street in Queanbeyan for Queanbeyan City versus Canberra Croatia. It's been quite some time since the locals have been able to come out for a home match, and it's a long time since they've had a Sunday game, which has enabled quite a lot of the youngsters that would normally play on a Saturday to come along and have a look here at the home of Queanbeyan City. My name's Russ Gibbs. Steve Forshaw is with us. It's a match between first and fourth. Steve, it's going to be a cracker. And first of all, thanks for joining me here on your first visit to High Street on the, what are we talking about here? The scaffolds, yeah.
Yeah, it is my first step up the ladder and have a look at High Street from an elevated position, and I've got to say the pitch looks good, so both teams can take advantage of that. We know Canberra Croatia like to play a fluid, silky style game. Queanbeyan probably play a little bit more on the counter, but both teams coming off losses, desperate to get some points today.
Absolutely. Before we get into this one, let's have a look at yesterday's action. Just the 16 goals in 2 matches in the National Premier League. First of all, it was all at the top of the table, and the first team we want to look at very quickly is Tigers. They were 2-0 up. They were 4-2 up. And they got back to, well, I can't remember what it was now. 2-0, 3-2 down, 4-3 up, drew 4-4. There we go, and you'll get there in the end. Drop points, though, at the end of the day for the Tigers. Weren't able to close the gap on Croatia.
No, but it does sort of reinforce the perception that Queanbeyan are finding form at the right time of the season, and they are not out of the top 4 hunts. I mean, if the result goes their way today, that's a point game for Queanbeyan. If Queanbeyan are able to get the 3 points, then it's 2 points lost. But I think it had more twists and turns than an Agatha Christie murder mystery yesterday. You had lots of goals, a couple of send-offs, plenty of excitement.
Yeah, William Akio sent off for Tigers, and then Ali Effie sent off as well, which doesn't bode well for their match on Tuesday when they meet the team that sits in third place, who closed the gap on them last night, Monero Panthers, because they won by 5-3 against O'Connor Knights in a game that they never looked like losing, but they couldn't really shake off the Knights. They were 2-0 up, got it back to 2-1, went 4-1 up and looked home and hosed, then 4-2, 5-2, 5-3. It was packed full of goals and incidents, as it always is. But the upshot is that Canberra Croatia win today, and they'll increase their advantage at the top of the table.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. And, you know, last night's game, O'Connor showed that they can ask a few questions, certainly going forward, but defensively they look very vulnerable. And as you suggest, Monero were very, very comfortable, and certainly the better team got the points yesterday. But Canberra Croatia have an opportunity, as you quite rightly say, to move further ahead at the top of the table. This is a game where they've already played, I think, 3 times this season, and Canberra Croatia have had the best of it so far. So Queanbeyan have got the work cut out for them, but they will be red hot in terms of having a go and trying to get something out of this one.
As we stand, Canberra Croatia 39 points from 17 games, Tigers 34 from 17 games, Monero 33 from 17 games, Queanbeyan City 23 from 17, Tuggeranong 21 from 17, Queanbeyan 19 from 17, and then Ugali 12 and O'Connor 10. Tuggeranong play Ugali this afternoon. They'll be hoping that Queanbeyan City slip up today, because if they do and Tuggeranong win, Tuggeranong will go into the top 4. So there is something on this for Queanbeyan City as well. If they can get at least a point, they will keep themselves above Tuggeranong, unless Tuggeranong get an enormous win in the Riverina. Of course, if Ugali get a win in the Riverina, they'll close to within 4 points of Queanbeyan United, so that'll be interesting as well. Canberra Croatia, as you mentioned, 5 points clear at the moment, could go to 8, which might be telling with only, what are we in, round 18, 3 games to play.
If they win today, you can start engraving the trophy. I think it's more or less done. I mean, mathematically, there's still that sort of outside possibility of somebody catching them, but when you start talking about mathematical possibilities, you're really admitting that the trophy will be going to Deacon.
Well, if they do win today, they'll be on 42. Tigers win the game in hand on Wednesday. If they did win that game in hand, on Tuesday over the road, they'd only be on 37, so they'll be 5 points behind with 3 games to play. If Monero win it, they'll be 6 points behind with 3 games to play. So it'll all be in Croatia's hands. However, this is not a given here this afternoon, because Queanbeyan City its home form has been very good this season. They've enjoyed playing at this venue. It's been very hard for teams to come here and win. Canberra Croatia did do that, though, back in round 11. Daniel Sparrow and Michael Piccolo scored the goals. Piccolo sealing it in the 96th minute to make it 2-0. As you mentioned, in round 3, it was fairly more prosaic for Canberra Croatia, a 5-0 victory. Then, of course, there was that cup final at McKellar Park when Canberra Croatia won by 2-1. Max Green scoring with the last kick of the game before it was going to go to penalties to win it for them. Might be a sense of redemption for Queanbeyan City as well. But this won't be an easy one to do. Someone trying to call me while I'm on air, but that's great news. So that's looking at the Women's Premier League this afternoon as well. Belconnen versus Canberra Croatia will be an absolute cracker. I'm not sure when that's going to affect the league table. If Belconnen don't win today, Croatia would have to win all their games to get to within a point of them. Yeah,
I think the incentive for Belconnen is to go through undefeated. And at this stage, I don't think they've dropped a point. So the incentive is to keep that run going and get through to the end of the season with a number of trophies in the trophy cabinet and a maximum points collection.
Maths isn't my strong point. 45 points if they win today. Canberra Croatia on 28 have got 6 to play, I believe, after today, which would give them to 46. So they'd only be 1 point ahead if they won them all. Anyway, we'll keep you across that one as well. Let's have a look at the two teams that are coming out to join us today. Queanbeyan City, Goran Jozefovski goes with Nick Middleton in goal. Back four, Jack Leverett, Christian Tokic, Nawal Guerrero and Gabriel Ayew. Daniel Roberts, Marko Savkovic and Miško Nomoski are the midfield three up top. Seth Bonnet and Javi Bonnet either side of Abdurrahim Delahi on the bench. Jack Batani, who scored twice in the 3-2 defeat in the under-23. Samuel Palic, Armani Lavella, Vasco Petrovski and Charlie Ray.
It's not an unpredictable side. I mean, obviously they're trying to fill the gap left by Nico Abbott. Now left these sunny climes and gone off to Spain. So they're looking for somebody to sort of not only play as that outball up front, but actually weigh in with some goals. But they've got a good side. The midfield's strong. Back four's been consistent. And as you say, the home form's been pretty good.
Yeah, just a quick last-minute change on the bench. I'm told Johnny Haidu has come in for Armani Lavella. A little bit of extra attacking impetus up top. Canberra Croatia, well, they start with Sam Brown in goal. Tony Spaseski, Matt Gervisher, Jack Parach-Cullen and Riley Souza are the back four. Ryan Keir, Daniel Kolbatalo and Nicky Yardrich are the preferred midfield trio today. Up top, Max Green, Thomas James and Daniel Sparrow will lead the line, leaving top goalscorer Nick Pradajina on the bench alongside Keegan Vucetic, Niki Subasic, Michael Piccolo and Jason Matejka. It's not bad when you can leave the leading goalscorer in the competition amongst the substitutes.
Very, very strong bench. I mean, the depth of their squad goes on and on. But they've just struggled since that cup final. They've probably struggled a little bit for consistency, not necessarily in terms of results, although some of those have gone against them. Lost against Moneri, lost against Ugali, lost against the Metro Stars. So the last 3 home games they've played, I think they've lost. So, yeah, just looking for a little bit more consistency to see the season out. They're in the box seat to win it, but they need to sort of find the form that they had at the start of the season.
Adam Powers is the man with the whistle today. Just flew in yesterday, I understand, from Europe. It's been a wedding in Manchester, he tells me. Bradley Farmer and Benjamin Cracknell are his assistants. This will be the third NPL meeting between the teams. Canberra Croatia won both previous encounters. City have yet to score an NPL goal against Croatia, having lost 5-0 and 2-0, but they did score in the cup final. They have met 4 times in all competitions overall in this era, including an extra cup tie at Deakin, which the home team triumphed in by 3-1.
So the history suggests that there's going to be a Canberra Croatia win. I'm not sure it's that clear cut.
Canberra Croatia in the white. All red for the hosts. A decent little crowd here at High Street.
Good atmosphere. You've got the smell of cooking food wafting across the ground and slight breeze. Pitch nice and dry.
You know how much I love the food, obviously. Got here today and they gave me this incredible pulled pork sandwich with like chilli through it and all sorts of stuff. It was absolutely brilliant.
What was it there?
Very early in the morning. It was about 11:30 or so before we watched a bit of the 23s. So Canberra Croatia edging closer to the league title. Not exactly sprinting across the line at the moment, are they? But they're getting the job done. They've played a few games this season where they've had to dig deep to get a result.
Yeah, I mean, the cup final I think, was a distraction because it put them into that position. Sorry, Russ.
I was going to say Sam Brown's touch almost let him down.
Yeah. But the cup final, put them into that on the national stage, and I think that became a little bit of a distraction for them. I mean, we're not there during the week when they're training, so I might be way out of line. But since that cup final, they've just struggled for a bit of consistency, as I was saying before.
Conceded the first free kick here. Jack Cullen over the top. Marko Savkovic to take. To lift it in towards Guerrero up from the back. It might bounce for him as well, and he got his shot away. Hooked it rather than getting the power on it, but it forced Brown into action. Yeah,
I mean, that's not the sort of defending from a set piece that... a bit agricultural. But, they've created the first chance of the game.
Xavi Bonnets on debut. 3 times he's come off the bench. This is his very first start in the first grade team. His brother on the opposite side, Seth Bonnets.
Well, his first involvement is to leg Tony Spasovski, and it looks like he's just done him a bit of damage.
I think Adam Powers pointed to his watch, didn't he, and said he's probably lucky that it's in the opening, 2 minutes of the match. Otherwise, he might have been in the book.
I'm not sure that's the reason that it should be avoided. If it's a foul that needs a yellow card, it should be given straight away. But
when Goran Jozovski probably told him in the change room to go out and make his mark,
yeah.
Probably didn't mean literally on Tony Spasevski's knee.
No. Well, he certainly caught him.
This
is the irony. Sorry, Russ. This is the irony that they lose a player for a short period of time, and the person that's committed the foul is allowed to stay on.
Gets away with it.
Yeah.
Mentioned the 16 goals in the Premier League in the men's yesterday. There's a bag of goals in the CPL as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
Including 4 very important ones for Balcony United.
Yeah, they played
O'Connor.
Played well yesterday against one of their closest rivals for the minor premiership. A game that had both teams had the moments, but Belconnen in the end very comfortable.
Probably a 3-horse race, that one, now that Canberra Juventus were beaten as well at home by Wagga City Wanderers.
Yeah.
For 3-2. ANU, though, kept themselves in the hunts. 2-0 win over Brindabella Blues.
Yeah, it's Brindabella, I think.
And a victory for White Eagles. 3-1 over West Canberra Wanderers.
Yeah, the other results, apart from the Wagga result, I think the other results went largely as expected.
But that means that there's a 6-point gap, I think, now, isn't there, at the top of the table?
3 points, I
think.
Is it 3? Yeah.
No, there were 37 each, weren't they? So, yeah, 3 points gap, yeah.
But I think Belconnen's got that game in hand against Brindabella, so if they can win that, it puts them in a really, really good position.
The Sparrows caught Ayel dawdling here and pulls it back for Thomas James. Wanted to have a setter before he could hit it.
Yeah, Daniel Sparrows did extremely well and then fed Thomas James, who I think tried to hit it first time, and then when it bounced back at him, he wanted another touch. Chances at each end in the opening stages. They're in again here.
They are in again here. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. Max Green's first involvement.
Yeah. I mean, they're playing a very high line. That ball over the top is going to be really effective if they get the weight right, and certainly did on that occasion. And a little bit unlucky, not a bad attempt.
Well, woodwork struck early on, Canberra Croatia. Max Green, who's been in good goal scoring form this season, 17 in all competitions for him, 11 in the league.
He's been in great form, isn't he? Great form. And there was some concerns about how well he would come back from the serious knee injury at Suffolk, but he's hit the ground running and kept that sort of consistency going.
Nomoski looking for the ball in field for Xavi Bonnet, picked off by Matt Gerbischer. 2 players at opposite ends of the career spectrum. Thomas James, who's been in exceptional form in terms of his goals and assists this season. 18 assists, I think it is now, and 12 goals in the league.
Yeah, it's a great return, isn't it? But that's not something you'll see every day. Daniel Colbertalda overhitting a pass like that, he's usually spot on. But that one, overcooked.
5 of the 7 goals that Croatia have scored against the Knights in the league this season have come in the second half.
Against the Knights or the
against the Jesus Christ, against City. I want to say the Knights against Queanbeyan. Did the Knights last night. It's Yardridge. Colbertaldo sends it wide for James, whips it across.
Yeah, just reaching for it, wanted just overhit it, but again, Canberra Croatia showing that sort of attacking sort of ability that they showed, well, probably all through the season.
Daniel Roberts, Ayul, reverting to fullback today. Gabriel Ayul, having played a couple of games a bit further up the park.
He's not had the best of starts. Caught in possession by Sparrow and then a miscontrol there.
Spaseski's throw. James went down in the area. No real appeals from anyone. And Daniel Roberts can send it away. A very lovely lunch on Friday with my wife and a friend of ours in his cafe out at Red Baron at Suniston. Daniel Roberts' place. Probably recommended if you get the chance. Seth Bonnett's ball forward. Riley Souza
did well.
Jack Parach Cullen finds Matt Gudvisher and Sam Brown back in goal this week. Missed the game against Ugali, which the men from the River Arena won, of course, by 2-1.
And what a goal the winner was.
And Mason Donadell chipped Jason Matesha from an absolute mile.
I'm not sure it was a chip. It was,
well, half volley lob.
Yeah, it was a fabulous finish. This is good football. Oh, that's all. Shut up, Stephen.
As soon as you said it, they all good arrows. That wasn't a good pass either.
He's done well to make it a good pass. I turned it into a good ball.
Felt that as well. Daniel Sparrow caught him on the follow through. Colbertaldo can put it in for James in behind here, and the flag goes up for offside. And well, that's possibly it.
Probably saved an embarrassment.
It did.
Very controversial decision to leave the game going if the boy's injured. It looks like it might be is it a head injury or not?
No, I think he's got him on the knee on the follow through. As you know, when you play that ball up the line.
Yeah.
No free kick was called though. And if the flag had stayed down, it would have been a goal.
I think Goran Gosevsky will be having a word with him about staying down if he's not hurt, because he's got up and he's running as freely as anything.
He's had a good season, Gabe Ayul, but it's fair to say this first 8 minutes haven't been on the highlights reel. Well, they won't make the highlights reel. Another one, Raul Guerrero's last 2 passes.
Yes, a nervous start from Queanbeyan. Quite often happens when you're up against a team that you're not quite sure or confident about beating. You start nervously, and if they can capitalise on this good start, Canberra Croatia, then Queanbeyan will be battling uphill.
Playing a ball into each other as well. Ayul back for Middleton. It was a tough one for him to deal with. And he's presented it to Thomas James, which is never a good idea. Sparrow, Tokic away. Struggling on the back foot.
The team in white has started on fire. I mean, Queanbeyan have really got to come to grips with this. Get a bit of possession, get hold of it and keep it for a while. At the moment, they're in trouble.
Spaseski beaten to it by Nomolski. They'll have a relieving throw-in. 6 minutes into the second half gone in the National Premier League at Canberra. It's Tuggeranong United 0, Canberra Olympic 5. Going largely according to plan, that one, for Canberra Olympic, and they've just started at McKellar. Belconnen versus Croatia, no score there at the moment. The same at Solomad in the Men's National Premier League, Ugali versus Tuggeranong. All those games on other YouTube channels across our page. Refresh your screen and have a look if you wish. Yardrich. Green to bring it in field to James, to back to Green. Full for Colbertaldo. One more on for Sparrow. Second bite at it. They seemed reluctant to shoot, trying to tee each other up, but they've won a corner.
Lovely combinations, lovely vision, certainly from Colbertaldo, that pass in there, and then they finish with a strike on goal. You get every attack having a strike on goal. You'll win more games than you lose. Great start from Canberra Croatia. They are all over Queanbeyan City at the moment.
Colbertaldo will take plenty up from the back. Swung in towards Parach Cullen. Free kick for the foul by him. Dino Grinic back on deck over there on the bench today.
How did you go with the Doctors?
They lost on quarterfinals, in the quarterfinals to Great Britain on penalties.
Which is reasonable sort of
yeah, wasn't too bad. They said they didn't play particularly brilliantly, but the Great British team took all their penalties really well, which is unlike a British footballer.
Obviously, nobody from England.
But obviously Welsh or Scottish or something taking the penalties. But yeah, they got to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, that's a good effort. I think the Socceroos would be happy to get to the quarterfinals of the World Cup.
They certainly would. They're happy to qualify at the moment. Got there though. Got the job done. That's all that matters.
Hard not to qualify in this one. There's 150 teams going.
It's going to get even worse for the next one, apparently. We could start our own micro nation and probably get the chance of qualifying. Matty Gerbischer, he could be our captain. Ambassadorial role. How do you feel about being president? Jadric couldn't get round the back.
Well, they've scrambled well. They've been under the pump. They've kept it to 0-0. They've scrambled well. They need a period of possession. That ain't going to help them, I don't think.
And they're giving it away again. Ryan Keir just pops one for Green. Jadric to send it forward. Lovely touch. Thomas James. Still Thomas James. Can't force it in. They're getting closer. We are getting closer.
That's twice they've got him behind and had things cleared off the line or hit the crossbar. So they need Queanbeyan to be a lot more careful in possession. I mean, that long pass out of the back four then was just horrendous. Easily cut out.
Still struggling to get rid of it. High up in the air from Savkovic.
I think he's the key. I think he's got to get hold of it and sort of lead them across the next 5 or 10 minutes.
James looking for Green. Tokic across. All hands to the pump defensively from Queanbeyan City.
Yeah, indeed. Sort of dropping into 4-4-1-1 with Mishko Namoski closest to his furthest upfield striker, but they're just being cut apart at the back.
Jadric across. Comes for James. Tormentor in chief so far. Good feet on the edge of the box. Colbertaldo. Souza. Oh, that's brilliant from Riley Souza as well. And Middleton. It might be for a busy afternoon if this carries on. It's been one-way traffic 14 minutes in. And the only thing I think that Dino Grinic would have liked is a goal.
Yeah, and his counterpart will be thinking, thank God it's only 0-0. We're still in it. Every loose ball's falling to a wide shirt. They just cannot get the possession they need. Here's a chance.
Javi Bonnet finds Roberts. First time Abdurrahim Delahi has got to have a run. Tony Spaseski back for coverage. Roberts. Ayul. Savkovic. Just a spell of keeping the ball for the men in red.
Yeah, this is what they need. They need to keep it for a little bit longer, get a few passes together, make them stick.
Tokic looks to play the killer ball for Bonnet over the top. He got there, but I think it had beaten him out of play already.
Tokic is just a little bit impatient, then that straight ball is going to be very difficult to get into.
Big crowd in front of the canteen as usual.
It's massive, isn't it? Packed in there.
Bleachers to our right have got a few spots, not many though. Gerbischer. Colbertaldo. Back for Ryan Keir.
I think if you were queuing up for your pulled pork now, you'd be waiting a while.
Green. Probably run out by now, I would have thought. That's a good turn from Max Green as again, and he's away from Roberts too. And he's found Thomas James. And Green on the return. Middleton with another fine save.
Brilliant save.
Scythe through them.
But what a piece of football from Canberra Croatia. Thomas James, Max Green, they're in a field day out here. Middleton to the rescue.
again.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time, but the way things are going.
Sam Brown wide. Well, they've created chances down the left flank. They've created chances down the right flank. They've created chances through the middle.
Yeah, I mean, it's dominant. Absolutely dominant. Certainly, they're defending very, very deep. Maybe if they can get a little bit higher up the pitch, get some pressure on Derbyshire and Parrott Cullen, rather than letting them play. Ryan Keir's too much space.
Fortunately for Queanbeyan City, football isn't won by territory and possession, and by chances created.
No, it's goal scored.
None of those at the moment. But as Steve Warshaw alluded to, it feels like it is only a matter of time. 16 minutes gone. No score at High Streets.
It's funny, isn't it, that Dean goes away and there's a little bit of inconsistency. He comes back and they're really right back on song. And it's, you know, it's no disrespect to the guys that ran the team while he was away, but he is the head coach and people respect that.
Headmaster's back at school.
It's something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Substitute teachers have stepped out of the room.
Yeah. I'm not prepared to go that far.
Just looking for some sort of analogy.
I think you're close.
Parrott Cullen. Green took it in beautifully and rolls away beautifully, and the pass is even better, and Colbertaldo's in, and Middleton makes the initial save, and the post does the rest, and somehow Canberra Croatia still can't make the breakthrough.
What a ball through. I mean, Colbertaldo's run makes the pass, but the pass was perfect. Middleton is looking at being given a medal at the end of this if he keeps up this way. Brilliant save.
Well, that's 3 more than presentable chances that he's denied Canberra Croatia.
And look at the post twice, with the bar and the post.
Everything but a goal.
Queanbeyan will be thinking, what on earth's going on here?
Thomas James with the corner kick. Took half the ground with him.
Yeah, not his best.
Spaseski just showed more urgency to get there than Seth Bonnet at that time. Got a Bishop. Thomas James, flat ball in, that is. Nodded away. Savkovic will complete the clearance, but it's just going to come straight back again. Parrott Cullen. Spaseski.
Now they've got to get out. I think this is where they've got to try and get a little bit more pressure. Still 10 metres in their own half, so they're giving Canberra Croatia a lot of room.
Clearance from Leverett is only as far as James, who's brought down, and will be a free kick. Yesterday's concession of a goal in the 91st minute for Gungahlin for Tigers, yep. Making the match 4 apiece. So wondering if that's had a change on the mindset for Canberra Croatia. It shouldn't do, no. But the way they've come out here is almost as if they're like, well, here's a chance for us to take advantage.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it would make any difference, but you never know, do you? I mean, they've certainly come out on fire, and something's triggered that.
Thomas James over this free kick.
Which is Thomas James' territory as well.
Well, he'll fancy it for sure.
We've seen him score from this range on many occasions, even this year.
Might have to be something special because Nick Middleton's been in good form so far. It is James. It is pretty special. It's incredibly special. Middleton didn't get anywhere near it. And Thomas James, well, it's been coming. 20 minutes in, and Canberra Croatia finally make the breakthrough.
Wonderful way to go ahead, but it's just as a result of the pressure that they've been exerting. I mean, I don't know that Middleton will be particularly pleased with his efforts of that. He looked to me like he thought it was going wide, and he might have got to it had he gone fully committed. But no more than Canberra Croatia deserved. Thomas James, free kick specialist, sticks it away. That's Thomas James normally does.
Probably saw it late, Middleton.
Maybe.
Loops over and into the net. And I think even the most dyed-in-the-wool Queanbeyan City supporter, of which there are a lot here today, to our left, would admit that, well, they probably deserve that, Canberra Croatia.
Oh, you can argue with it, they shouldn't be in front. No, it's important for them to sort of keep the foot down and go for a second and a third. because any sort of complacency creeping in, and that's where Queanbeyan City will take advantage.
Thomas James edges ever closer to a century of Premier League goals. Meanwhile, Mishka Namoski, well, he had Javi Bonnets right outside him.
Yeah, a little layoff to the left there, and maybe the 1-1. Nonetheless, they've got a strike on goal, and apart from the early chance right in the first couple of minutes, that's the first they've created.
Should settle them down a bit. It was almost as if they were waiting for Canberra Croatia to score, to wake up.
Well, they certainly know. They now have the task clearly defined.
Max Green finds Nicky Jadric. Back for Spaseski. Levered away, only as far as Ryan Keir.
Just looked a bit slow on it. Safkovic nipped in and sort of won it before him in the last couple of seconds, and he was just a little bit slow getting to the ball then.
After winning 3 matches in a row, City have now only won 1 of the last 3 they've played in the NPL, but they have scored at least once in 5 of their last 6 games. Croatia, meanwhile, have been beaten in 2 of their last 4 and haven't kept a clean sheet for the past 3. I want to rectify that.
Yeah, they've yes, they've certainly been a little bit vulnerable defensively.
They lost to the Panthers at home in round 14. Then they blitzed Tuggeranong the following week and squeezed past the Knights over at Hawker, which they should have won by a lot more than they did in the 3-2 in the end. Then they lost to Ugali, so it's been a weird kind of month for them. Delahi climbing up. In between times, of course, knocked out the Australia Cup for the round of 32 by Metro Stars, conceded 4 in that one.
Yeah.
Namoski. Kobatalo.
You could see what he was trying to do, but well read by the Canberra Croatia defence.
Here's Seth Bonnets. It is a good ball towards a far post. Brown elects to punch. Guerrero had stayed up from the back. Noel Guerrero, and he's got there again.
Yeah, I mean, they're just starting to exert a little bit of pressure higher up the pitch, which I think is a legitimate tactic for them. I mean, if you're going to get big, live on your feet, not die on your knees.
They want a free kick here for a foul of Mishka Namoski.
Yeah, I'm not sure there was much in that, but referee got closer than me.
25 minutes to go at Canberra. Tuggeranong United 1, Canberra Olympic 6. So Tuggeranong got themselves a goal, and McKellar Park, Balcona United 1, Canberra Croatia 0. Well, Blue Juggernaut just keeps rolling on.
Yeah, they're just about unplayable. I mean, they're obviously a long way to go, and Croatia are a decent outfit, but there's some momentum behind those Balcona guys.
Doesn't seem to matter who they play either in terms of which players are picked.
No, the squad's very deep, very, very deep.
Here's a chance for a free kick to respond. Canberra Croatia led from a free kick, this one from a different angle. Roberts is the right-footed option. Namoski is the left-footed option. It's going to be Roberts. And there's 2 marked in. It must be an equaliser, and it is. Abdurrahim Delahi just stolen and opposed. And Queanbeyan City are back on terms. But where was the Canberra Croatia defence?
Static, weren't they? Absolutely static. I mean, it's a well-flighted free kick. It's well finished. But Dina Greenwich and the coaching staff at Canberra Croatia will be wondering why on earth we haven't tracked those runners and at least put pressure on them. They set up reasonably well, but the ball in has torn them.
23.5 minutes of dominance.
And 1-1.
And it's 1 apiece. Abdurrahim Delahi scores his 2nd Premier League goal of the season. Both of them have been headers in that net to our left.
It was well finished. It gave Brown absolutely no chance of goal, but you would expect that with a header as free as that was. He had so much space, it was almost criminal.
And there was 3 red shirts behind him that might have been queuing up to get on the end of it as well. No idea where they went, where the defence disappeared to. And that's a question I'm sure that Sam Brown will be asking as well as the coaching staff. Now Canberra Croatia have got to do it all over again.
Yeah, I can imagine Sam Brown will be having a word with his defenders, that is for sure. But I mean, he's got to take partial responsibility because he's got to get that organised and get it organised early. Maybe the fact that he's coming from Sydney to play is just affecting their defensive cohesion.
It'd be interesting to see who played them all on as well from that free kick.
I mean, certainly there were late appeals offside.
Wasn't too vociferous or lengthy, was it, either?
No, and the linesman was in such a good spot. He was dead in line with the last moment when the ball was played. And I think it's just players switching off.
The only question to answer was whether or not Abdurrahim Delahi could pick the right finish. And he certainly did that. And we're back on terms.
What makes it interesting?
Something about this venue that just makes it difficult for away teams.
Well, if you defend like that, you can understand why.
It doesn't help, does it? It's what do they call those? They're coach killers, aren't they, really? Because you set yourself up to come away from home. You've dominated the first quarter of the contest. You've got yourself the goal that you've been knocking on the door for. And then lead lasted 4 minutes. And in the end, it's a set piece. And no one likes to concede off a set piece. It's a very preventable goal.
Should have been. Should have been. But you can't prevent anything if you stand still. And that's what happened for the Canberra Croatia defence. Whether they were hoping that the flag would go up, whether that was the plan to try and catch them offside, it didn't work. And we find ourselves with a game on our hands, which from a neutral point of view is excellent.
From a coaching perspective, though, Steve, are you looking at those kind of things when you're watching during in the week and you think, well, just pick up man for man, and then we don't have to worry about someone being free?
Well, there's two things you look at. Where you set up, how deep you are when you set up, because you want to leave enough space for your goalkeeper to come and collect if the ball's played in behind them, and he can come. And the other thing is, no matter what you do, whether you go zonal or whether you go man for man, you've got to track runners. You've got to track runners. And if you're not prepared to do that, then you run the risk of conceding goals. As we just saw.
It's the National Premier League in Canberra, round 18. Of course there's going to be goals.
You don't get very many nils, do you?
Yardrich, Spaseski's furthest forward here. Daniel Sparrow has a go. Took a nick off Cordero. That won't work out for Canberra Croatia. It might work out for Max Green.
Middleton in possession. I mean, it's certainly the Canberra Croatia, when they're going forward, look like they're going to score every time they get in and around that penalty area. Defensively, they're not quite there. And it's the middle of the park. I think the middle of the park's just struggling. This guy's out playing well, Daniel Roberts.
Roberts, Javi Bonnets out towards Steve's car.
Put it in the boot.
You parked out there somewhere, didn't you?
I did. Just over there with that bloke riding on the windscreen.
Move your car, it's legally parked.
Yeah, definitely pressing higher, and I think that concession of the goal has made them change their approach.
It's a very bizarre opening, isn't it? Because like I said, it always felt like Queanbeyan City were waiting for Croatia to score.
That's what it appears like.
And since then, they've actually just kicked themselves into gear and gone, okay, well, that's out of the way. They were always going to get one, so...
Yeah, they've clicked right into it. They look a lot more urgent. The intensity is lifted. And they're just putting pressure on in good areas of the park.
There's been a goal at Solamad Stadium, and it's gone to the visitors. Ugali 0, Tuggeranong United 1. So Tuggeranong United at the moment on 24 points, the same as Queanbeyan City. Only goal difference separating the two on the table.
Neelan score?
Don't know, I'll have to find out for you at half-time, unless someone's watching it at home and wants to send us a message. It's a good bet.
It's a good bet.
Been in good form, Steve Neelan. We will see who's got that goal for you. Meanwhile, focus our attention right here, because Queanbeyan City right back into this contest. A goal that will go down well with in Monero Panthers and Tigers FC circles, the Queanbeyan City equaliser.
Certainly in Monero. They'd love to be picking up 2 points.
Croatia currently on 40, 6 points ahead of Tigers, 7 ahead of the Panthers, which means that game on Tuesday, absolute massive one over at Strider Park.
For both teams.
Yep, huge game. You can watch that one live with us on the Capital Football YouTube.
Are you commentating on that?
I will be on that one. Are you training that night?
Belconnen's got games on Tuesday night with the boys at Canberra. So I'll be over at Canberra watching those guys.
It was an own goal by all accounts.
An own goal?
Yeah, we'll find out which player was unfortunate enough to put through their own nets.
Flavour of the weekend.
Old OG.
Radford's under 14s had their first win of the season, and the winner was an own goal.
Do you know what? Might as well give it to Sam York. He's had a weekend, hasn't he? Just give him 10.
Just give him Sam North.
Yeah. Sam York, his 10th goal of the weekend. There you go. He can.
What a great return.
Well, that's a great week. 9 goals. In case you don't wonder what we're talking about, Sam York from Belconnen United's under 16s.
Yeah. Got
himself 6 in one game yesterday, and he decided that he would back up for the under 18s, get himself a first half hat trick. James Green looks to lay it off here to Riley Souza.
Yeah, might have picked the run of Yadrick, might have been his better option.
There's an own goal by Darren Bailey, by all accounts.
Oh, he doesn't mind a goal, Darren.
Yeah, not normally at that end, though.
That's a good ball, is it? No.
Almost worked out into a good goal, thanks to our tipster.
Who was that?
Informers. I don't know, I mean like...
Confidential source.
Gay by all. Bonnets goes down, but nothing doing there.
Got an injury.
Yeah, Nawal Guerrero back on the halfway line, holding his left thigh, which is probably not what Goran Jozefovski would like to see.
No.
Lost his amigo, Nico Abbott, went over to Spain a few weeks back now, and the goals have dried up a little bit for Queanbeyan City since then, unsurprisingly.
Well, he was...
with their Argentinian goal machine.
Yeah, he was guaranteed a goal a game almost. Yeah, it's big shoes to fill, but yeah, they've scored today. They scored again last week, so there's not as if they haven't got goals in them. In the 2-1 loss, they got a goal against Gungahlin last Friday night and finished that game quite strongly.
Nawal Guerrero getting a bit of treatment, gives everybody a chance to get some fluids in. Gives me a chance to tell you that Olivia Gurney's got a hat-trick at Canberra 2, and it's Tuggeranong United 1, Canberra Olympic 9. That's blown out since we last visited that ground, hasn't it? What's happening at McKellar Park? Well, they're half an hour in, and the Blue Devils lead Canberra Croatia by 1-0. Tuggeranong United's women's team reserves pulled out of the competition in the week, which is disappointing.
It is. I mean, it's not the first time it's happened this year, is it?
They have struggled with season-ending injuries, lots of them apparently, and they just decided that they could not, excuse me, field a team.
Well, I know that they forfeited a couple of games. Certainly a game against Belconnen they didn't play in. It really is affecting the integrity of the competition, where that sort of thing is happening more frequently now because there is a dominance of a couple of clubs, and I don't think that's healthy for them.
A bit of work to be done in the Women's Premier League space, bit of work to be done defensively for Croatia. Delahi goes down, that's a penalty. No doubt about it. And a red card as well. Oh, I think he's got the wrong one out of his pocket. It's a yellow. Jack Perrott-Cullen. For a moment, his heart was in his mouth. I mean, he's already given away the spot kick. And
there is no doubt that it was a spot kick. That's nailed on. I tell you, that's Bonnet's best moment of the game because he's just been a little bit quiet. But he skipped away from Colbertaldo. He's played in a wonderfully weighted pass. And unfortunately for Perrott-Cullen, he's lunged in, given away the spot kick. Great opportunity for Queanbeyan to take perhaps a shock lead.
Wonderful pass, as you mentioned, from Xavi Bonnet on this near side. Just put in Abdurrahim Delahi. And Perrott-Cullen made the decision to go for the ball. Didn't get it.
No, and I'm not sure that the touch was that good that it wouldn't have run out of play. Yeah.
It may well have. Ifs, buts and maybes, though. What is for certain is that Miško Nomoski has the ball under his arm and a chance for Queanbeyan City, who, remember, hadn't scored a goal against Canberra Croatia in the league before this afternoon, to go from 1-0 down to 2-1 up. Nomoski against Sam Brown. A big, big kick of the football this afternoon, and potentially in the season.
Well,
for both these football clubs.
If experience counts for anything, Misko Namoski is the man you want on this.
It's Namoski for City, and Brown saves it. It was timid.
It was a poor penalty. A poor penalty. That's where you need your Nico Abbots, isn't it? Because there's no doubt that he would have scored that. That's let off for Canberra Croatia.
This is a man who's played 313 National Premier League games. Misko Namoski did not hit it with too much conviction.
No, it never looked like going in, to tell you the truth. I think you'd have saved that, Russ.
Well, let's not go too far. He had to dive for that.
Yeah, eventually. Took a long time for it to get there.
Well, is that let off that will spur Canberra Croatia?
Well, they need something, don't they? Because they've gone right back into the shell since taking the lead. And they just need a little bit of fire, a little bit of urgency.
But the press from Queanbeyan City has been superb, hasn't it?
It has, it has.
And they found their way through there. Even though it resulted in a penalty that they missed, they found a blueprint, perhaps, to get in behind the Canberra Croatia defence.
Well, it was interesting that Queanbeyan would have been dragged into the wide area.
Max Green on Middleton, got a piece of the hand on it, and absolutely just hacked it away.
But Middleton again making a decent save. Just having a dance with Russell.
Yeah, just moving the wires so that we can a bit further forward for us. Corner kick, Thomas James to take.
It's almost like you were saying that Queanbeyan waited to concede, and then Canberra Croatia waited to a position where they might have gone behind before they started getting back into gear.
Not the best of balls from Thomas James. 8 minutes to the interval, 1-1.
It's been a very entertaining first half. Really good watch.
It's that time of the season as well where the penalty's saved by Sam Brown, and there's groans of despair from Tigers and Panthers, and cheers of delight from Tuggeranong United down in the Riverina.
Yeah, there's a lot riding on these games at the moment.
Yeah, not just for the teams taking part.
What is cat and mouse going on here?
Well, we'll just wait for another 5 minutes and we'll just all go into half time.
Yeah.
Let's call it.
I don't think that would disappoint Goran Josefovski. A little bit of time wasted and get into that shed, 1-1.
The sun's come out, blazing down on us as Namoski looks to put it through the middle. Gotabish's there. Finds Spaseski. Queanbeyan. Savkovic, that's a good ball as well. Seth Bonnet.
He's found him there.
Yes, Delahi looking for support.
Yeah, they had to play a pass. Be a bit more patient.
And Ryan Keir looking to send it over the head of Tokic.
Good defending. Good defending. They're leaving a lot of players forward. Canberra Croatia, even with the penalty, they had 3 players on the halfway line.
It's been a strange old contest, this one. City got themselves back on terms and have missed a penalty, and yet before we even got that far, they could easily have been staring down the barrel of a 4-0 deficit if it wasn't for Nick Middleton.
Absolutely. And the goalkeeper's frame, the frame of the goal.
Got a good game in the frame of the goal, isn't it?
Not the best header you've ever seen.
And now there's a problem because Thomas James is in behind. It's 1-on-1, and that is a rarity. You expected the net to bulge. Thomas James clean through on goal. And, well, he's not even hit the target.
No. And that's a disappointing finish. I mean, free shot, no pressure, has to hit the bottom corners. And if he does, it's 2-1. And they go into the sheds at half-time with a lead that they probably deserved, but could easily have been behind.
Could have had 4 or 5.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a great chance.
Could, perhaps should be losing.
Yeah. Go figure.
And this is why we love football, because it makes no sense half the time.
None at all.
Noel Guerrero just spoons that one out towards where the kids are playing.
Surely he's not going to have a word with him about that. Good grief.
I think it's just a Question of use your head, don't kick it away. Noel Guerrero, one of the players we've seen sent off at this venue for kicking a football away, having already been booked earlier in the season. Giuseppe timed the other.
Giuseppe timed only a few minutes, wasn't it?
He wasn't on for long. Nomoski to prod one towards Delahi. Brown away. That's some ball.
Had he got that ball further wide, they were in on the far side.
Bonnet. That's Seth towards Delahi. Parach Cullen would have been heart in mouth when he saw the red card come out of Adam Power's pockets.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just teasing by the referee, isn't it? It shouldn't be allowed.
What sort of joke's that?
Sparrow. James. Not great for the mental health of the central defender.
No, you would have been thinking, my God.
Not only have I given a penalty away, I've now got to walk past all those Queanbeyan fans into the changing room. James.
Adam Powers needed to get a card for getting the wrong card out, didn't he?
Spaseski across. Yeah, I mean, that's unforgivable. He's forgotten what pocket he's got. It's when he pulled it out and went, oops. Had a look at it.
That's what Manchester will do to you.
Yeah.
Everything in Manchester is red, isn't it?
Well, that's it. He was in Knutsford, apparently, just on the outskirts there.
He would have been in Knutsford if he'd have gone on with that red card. He'd have been a very popular chap. Good to see that they can just correct it, though, and he did.
Yeah, with a bit of an apology.
Yeah.
Nicky Yadrich. James. Can they restore the lead here? Colbertaldo. Spaseski up from the back. Tried to slide it through the eye of the needle. Couldn't find it.
Great tackle. Great tackle. Here we go.
Yadrich opens his body up from James's pass. And it's returned across goal, and somehow it's not in. Thomas James slid in to try and finish.
Yeah, he looked odds on to finish.
Couldn't steer it into the open goal. Goodness me.
It must have been right on the line when he got to it, because he looked odds on to just tap it into the empty net.
That Queanbeyan City goal is leading something of a charmed life.
No doubt. Great. Yadrich did well, didn't he? Got in behind, got his little shot away. Looked like he might have rolled in anyway, but Thomas James on the end of it. And I can't understand how it's not gone in. He must have been the angle, surely.
Yeah, we can't really tell from here. Maybe it was on the byline. Ryan Keir's challenge. Riley Sousa's ball forwards. James again. Yadrich. Switch of play towards Daniel Sparrow. There'll be a player by the name of Nicholas Pradashina sat on the bench over there thinking, well, chuck me on, give me one of those chances. Because by my count, there's been at least 4 or 5 really good ones.
I think that's being generous.
Maybe more.
Yeah, I think you're talking 7.
Well, Middleton's made 3 good saves. The crossbar has saved one of them, and that one then from Yadrich.
Across
the James one that he didn't even put on target.
The post.
Yeah, maybe there is more than that. Yeah. I mean, I understand you don't take every chance you create, but
no, they'd be disappointed with this return, though. I mean, the only one they've scored was a terrific free kick.
Ditto Queanbeyan City, who've created 2. The header and a penalty.
Yeah. Well, there was one earlier on where they had a bit of a skirmish and he sort of flicked it towards goal and Brown made
the Noel Guerrero
yeah.
hooked volley.
I mean, it was hardly a gilt-edged chance. Certainly not at the quality that Canberra Croatia had, but the penalty was.
Wales ball in, Delahaye's touch is good. That's a really good challenge from Riley Sousa, otherwise he was away. Roberts has nodded it down. Bonnet can't force his way past. It's been another goal at Solomad, and it's gone to Tuggeranong United again. Ugali 0, Tuggeranong United 2.
Good result so far for Tuggers.
Doing what they need to do
yep.
to push themselves back onto the cusp of the 4. However, as I mentioned before, if City get a point here today, Tuggeranong needs 7 down at Solomad. Well, they've got 2 of them, then another 5.
Yeah, but mind you,
long way to go.
If it does finish 1-1 here, or it finishes a draw here, at least you've got them on points.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Spaseski forward. That goal was a Steve Neelan penalty.
There's only one out there.
You were. Middleton's in trouble. Got himself out of it.
He did, but it wasn't the greatest pass back from Guerrero. But he should have done better. He needed to get rid of it first time. I think don't take any risks. You're close to half time. Get in the sheds. 1-1. Been under the pump.
We're 30 seconds into stoppage time at the end of the first half. First half which has been dominated in the main by the men in white. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Steve, it doesn't matter about the domination. It doesn't matter about the territory and the possession. That score in the top left-hand corner of your screen is what matters.
Yep.
And that shows 1-1. Brown finds Porac Cullen. Picked off by Savkovic. Roberts stabs it for Nomoski. 2 ahead of him. Nice pass disguised to Savkovic. Roberts inviting Leverett forward from fullback.
Yeah, just wasted a good opportunity. I think the momentum's gone out of this attack where they were in a good spot. Just a little bit passive, perhaps.
Guerrero. Roberts.
Now they're in trouble.
Guerrero again. Spaseski away. Max Green and Savkovic coming together, and the Argentine centre-back Naul Guerrero gets rid of it. Deep into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Thomas James, who's shown 2 sides of his game today. Quality free kick. It's handled by Daniel Sparrow. Quality free kick and a horrible miss.
Yes, I think if he reflects on the second chance, the one that he put over the bar, he'll be disappointed. But they created a lot of chances.
It's the high standards he sets for himself as well. And
yeah.
we just expected a goal.
We did. And to be fair, I think he would admit that he should have scored.
Brian Keir with a header. That'll do for the first half, says Anne Powers. A really watchable first half of football. Plenty of opportunities, plenty of openings. At half-time, Steve Forshaw, we're all square.
Yeah, and I don't know how. There is no doubt that Canberra Croatia have dominated in terms of territory and in terms of quality chances created. Queanbeyan, to their credit, have stuck at it and they're still in it. Missed penalty may prove costly later on in the game, but Canberra Croatia have had the better of the first half, and if they keep that up, I think that they can get the 3 points. Queanbeyan, resilient.
Well, they'll have 50 minutes to digest it all at half-time. Canberra Croatia started off like the proverbial house on fire and scored after 20 minutes through Thomas James's free kick, only for Queanbeyan City to level within 4 minutes. The Canberra Croatia defence went absent without leave as Abderrahim Delahi arrived to head home Daniel Roberts' free kick. Afterwards, the missed penalty from Mishka Nomoski, saved by Sam Brown, means that at half-time here at High Street, nothing to separate the two sides. Queanbeyan City 1, Canberra Croatia 1. Welcome back to High Street in Queanbeyan. We're at half-time. It's Queanbeyan City 1, Canberra Croatia 1. I'm Russ Gibbsy and Worthington's with me.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. I was just thinking Bolton. Steve Forshaw's with me. We're talking Plymouth at half-time. Or was it Swindon? I don't know.
Oh, yes.
I'm just trying to get my head around that. That was quite a funny conversation you were telling me about that. Yes, Bolton Wanderers beating Plymouth Argyle.
Or Swindon.
Or Swindon, one of those two teams. Somewhere from there, yeah. Anyway, half-time at Ugali. Ugali nil, Tuggeranong United 2, Darren Bailey own goal. Steve Neelan from the penalty spot. We are led to believe. 1-1 here. Steve, what is... I mean, first of all, who's the happier side? I'm assuming it's going to be Queanbeyan City.
Well, I think considering the amount of chances they conceded in the first half, to be going in a 1-1 is a bonus, an absolute bonus. They'll look back at the penalty and say, well, we could have been 2-1 up, and that would have been really testing the patience of the Canberra Croatia people. But by and large, 1-1 is a decent outcome at this stage of the game for Queanbeyan, whereas Canberra Croatia will be a little bit disappointed with themselves that they haven't taken one or two more of the chances presented to them.
Let's play. Has anyone come on at half-time?
I don't think so.
Looking around the teams as Alan Powers gets ready to get the second half underway. If you missed the first half, or you missed a ton of chances from Canberra Croatia, Queanbeyan City missed a penalty. 1-1 is the upshot. Nicky Yadrich finds Thomas James.
Yeah, a bit unlucky.
Tokic's ball forwards. So at half-time, Steve, particularly the conversation in the Canberra Croatia dressing room, what was Dina Grinic potentially saying to his troops?
I think probably two things. One, we've got to be a little bit tighter at the back, keep that back door closed, particularly from set pieces. And two, a little bit more composure when we get the chances. We're creating enough. He'd be happy with that. The finishing has left a bit to be desired. And I think he'll be thinking that the best way forward is to play between the lines, not as direct as they were in the first half.
You would think if they create that many chances, again in this half, they will take some of them.
Yeah, inevitable.
Kia finds Souza. Almost presented the ball back again for Seth Bonnet.
I should imagine that Dean was particularly emphasising the fact that they can't afford to go a goal down and be struggling in front of goals the way they are. So they'll be wanting to keep it a 1-1, and then they want the breakthrough goal rather than the other way around. Because if they've got to find two when you're having one of those days, it becomes a very difficult task.
Matt Gerbisher. Teddy Spaseski. Daniel Sparrow tried to let the ball roll through. Gabriel Oyal not having a bar of that.
No, after a shaky start, he sort of settled into that left-back spot and made it a fairly even competition between him and Sparrow.
Threw himself into the challenge. Half-time at McKellar, Belconnen United lead Canberra Croatia by 1-0. We'll keep you across that one if we can.
I should imagine that's as close as the opposition has been to Belconnen, to Belconnen in the last few weeks.
Finished at Canberra, Tuggeranong United 1, Canberra Olympic 10. Plenty of goal scorers. Olivia Gurney got herself 3. Sienna Birdie got a couple.
Is she related to the Gurneys that play at Brindabella?
I don't know, to be honest. Being truthful for you. James Van Zeno also on the score sheet. Couple of goals from Maddie Keisha. Tatum Marzi as well. Claire Kennedy Spencer.
I thought you said Maddie Keisha then. I thought, how's he getting the game winner win?
Yeah, Madison Keisha rather than Matty Keisha. Yeah. Oh, that's right in the throat.
It was
Roberts.
It would have been Sparrow away as well. He was well in space.
It's a good win for Olympic today. Got on halfway there to getting the points that would almost effectively win them the league title. Mathematically, not quite, I'm led to believe. South Bonnets wins the corner. This might be the best route to goal for Queanbeyan City. Their last set-piece routine was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've certainly shown that they can be effective for these sorts of things. Just can score from free kicks, not penalties.
Mishka-Domoski.
Yeah, he'd be looking for a better delivery than his penalty. He'd be really disappointed with that.
He's usually very good at set-pieces.
I would have picked him to take it. I would have been making him odds-on favourite to score, but not to be.
Come back to penalties in a minute, as Mishka-Domoski wants to take this corner kick. Guerrero in the middle, Tokic in there as well. Can't find anyone in a red shirt. I was just going to mention the penalty that Noel Guerrero scored against Tigers to send his team into the cup final on that night at South Jerrabomberra, and he just casually rolled it in the corner. I wonder if he was anywhere on the list of takers.
Well, and it's something they would have sorted out.
You never, and you don't have a problem with someone who just puts it under their arm and goes, "Yep, I'm taking it." Confidence is a good thing.
Yeah, that's what you look for, isn't it?
And you don't score them all.
Nobody has.
No.
Nobody has.
Even Messi and Ronaldo miss occasionally.
Who steps into their shoes? I think we look for the next two footballing superstars.
I think clearly the two best players in the world right now are Benjamin Sesko. Clearly. Yeah. No, I said this before when this conversation, and I thought it was going to be an Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe debate. Two different type of players.
Yeah.
Here's James looking to slide it through for Sparrow. Two different type of centre forwards that people would want to make endless comparisons about, even though they're different types of players. A bit like Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah. But I think Mbappe, he hasn't sort of kicked on like I thought he was going to.
Got himself a golden boot, didn't he?
Yeah.
Colbertaldo into the middle. Parach Cullen can't get there. Souza has a slash. And well over the crossbar.
Lamar?
Lamine Yamal? I mean, it's a tidy footballer, isn't he?
Yeah.
But you've got to show a spark for 5 minutes these days for everybody to tell you that you're the next big thing.
I know that that's certainly the case in Aussie football, because the commentators in the A-League, if somebody has a good warm-up, they're picking them for Australia.
Well, I was reading a story about a young lad in this month's issue of World Soccer, Max Dowman, plays for Arsenal, England under-17s international, and they're tipping him for big things already. They reckon he might make a first-team debut in the Premier League this year, 15 or 16 years of age.
English boy?
He is indeed, plays as a 10 by all accounts.
Well, they need one.
A very sinuous runner. Make of that what you will.
Yeah. I thought everybody needed sinews to run.
Yeah. Silky the way he glides past people by all accounts. There's a few around.
Yeah, there's been a few like that come out of England as well that have never really kicked on.
Well, there's a certain one that cost Manchester City £100 million from Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And has seemed to have gone off the boil.
Talks with Everton, eh? Going on loan.
Just needs to go to a club where he can play.
Yeah.
We are, of course, talking about Jack Grealish. Here's Guerrero, great feet from the Argentine, and then blunders his way into Ryan Keir, who has the thou shalt not pass mentality. Sparrow nods down for James, who might try one from here. Would spat up a bit.
Did.
Middleton calmly behind it, though.
Good football again from Canberra Croatia. Finished with a strike, not the most effective, but nonetheless tested the goalkeeper. That's gone out, sure.
Sun's come out. Feels like almost like a spring afternoon. It's
getting close now, Russ.
Yeah. I was out in the garden with the dog the other day, and I could feel the sun. You know, when you get that warmth of the sun, you think, oh, spring's on its way.
And it certainly is. The parrots have returned. Why back out?
There's been a few around as well. I'm convinced the seasons are changing in terms of they're going a month earlier.
Yeah, maybe. Might be something to this climate change argument.
Maybe, indeed. I mean, the sooner it switches around entirely and we're playing football in the warmth, that would be great. Challenge from Gulabisha. Popped forward by Namoski, offside. Flag goes up. It's quite like a grand final day. Last year was freezing cold.
Was it?
Yeah, and we had I was wearing a suit and a jacket and everything, and it was very, very cold. Just on a grand final day where it's nice and warm. Not too much to ask in late September, is it?
Well, the players will be thinking it's about them, not us.
Well, you know, I mean, it's all about the fans, mate. Football without fans is nothing, isn't that what they say?
There's always football. If there is anybody there, I mean, COVID proved that there's football.
That's always still football, yeah.
But there's a game on here, Russ.
Well, I'm enjoying it as well.
And Queanbeyan have made a good start to the second half.
Yeah, it's very much in the balance, isn't it? Porach Cullen back for Brown. Pressure on him from Delahaye. Spaseski is the outball. Turned away from Xavier Bonnets rather easily.
Yeah. I mean, he had him facing his own goal. There was no need for him to get caught like that.
Brian Keir, Colbertaldo. Getting to grips with the midfield again in the second half, Croatia. Seeking to restore a lead, which they feel they should have had in the first half. Nick Pradajina, 5 goals in his last 5 NPL matches. Sat on the bench at the moment, awaiting his turn. James finds Souza. Thomas James, 2 to hit in the box, becoming 3 with the arrival of Max Green, who was ghosting in late. Clearance has only gone as far as Riley Souza, who's dinked it back in, and that's a wonderful header from Max Green. Climbed above the crowd, and Canberra Croatia finally make the breakthrough that they threatened to do for most of the first half, and they have their lead back 10 minutes after the break.
Full credit, Riley Souza there. That's a wonderful cross into the far post. Picks out Max Green, who probably didn't power it into the back of the net, but he certainly placed it neatly and gave Middleton very little chance. So restored their 1-goal lead, and you can hardly say, certainly based on the first half performance, that they don't deserve to be in front.
The 12th league goal of the campaign for Max Green, 18 in all competitions. Shows no sign of slowing down. And it was an excellent striker's header. Just used the pace of the ball to guide it across Nick Middleton into the top corner.
It was the cross that made it, wasn't it? Just lots of pace on it, just inviting him to get his head on that and finish it.
Well, it broke for Riley Souza rather fortuitously off the head of Nahuel Guerrero as he tried to clear it. Yeah. And the left fullback, who had it come off a Canberra Croatia player, was probably in an offside position, delivered a cross of beauty.
Yeah, I mean, involved twice, wasn't he, in the move? He sort of got the ball back after an overlap. He got the ball back to Thomas James. Thomas James' cross is cleared, as you say. I mean, I think it was Guerrero, was it? Yeah. Tried to hit it high and wide, and that's what you would tell your defenders to do, get it away, high and wide. But unfortunately, it fell to Souza, and his return ball was quality.
And Riley Souza, that's a positivity, that's a reward for his positivity. Could easily have let it roll out for a corner and taken the set piece, but no, sent it into the box, and yeah, they get their reward. Daniel Colbertaldo has just picked up his 3rd yellow card of the season. A foul over on that far side.
Wind's picking up too.
And Queanbeyan City, who were behind but level, but might have been ahead, but should have been behind, are now behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Somebody does.
Thomas James.
Yeah, one of those games, isn't it? One of those games.
I mean, it's hard to argue that the right side isn't winning it.
No, that's right.
And yet, they could easily not have been.
Yep. Yep. And all down to their own, well, you'd have to say that it was their own fault.
Well, yeah, showing profligacy in front of goal and also riding their luck a bit. That's a foul as well, surely.
But that's right. I mean, they're getting the penalty away. They've missed chances, but they're in front. And their general play says that that's where they should be.
As I mentioned at the start of the second half, it didn't feel like they were going to go through the whole second 45 and not create a chance that they would take. Now here's an opportunity to do so yet again. Thomas James sauntering over in no real rush to take this free kick. You might see that little plaster on his right finger there.
Yeah.
On his right hand. He broke his finger in training. Someone trod on it. He's got a splint that he wears around. Can't wear it during the game, so straps it to the one next to it. Doesn't affect his set-piece prowess. Good ball in again, and it was met by Sparrow.
Free header again. Quality set pieces.
Does deliver a good ball, Thomas James.
Yes, he does. Yes.
Whether to a teammate or the back of the net. He's not picky.
No. Certainly his first half goal was a Thomas Jones special.
Seen it a few times down the years. We've now seen him score 94 times in 127 Premier League games.
Great. Across a number of clubs too.
Yes, he's had a bit of a nomadic career in Canberra.
Started with Monero, didn't he?
Probably played his best football in Canberra Croatia colours.
I think so. I think that's fair. But he had a spell at Olympic, I think, didn't he?
Canberra Olympic, Monero Panthers.
A couple of times here.
Yep, Canberra Croatia twice. Here he is. Good little ball for Jadric. Queanbeyan City fell asleep momentarily. Nicky Jadric looking to draw a challenge in the penalty area.
Been a bit unlucky. Good feet.
Tokic away onto the roof of the changing facilities.
His dad will be watching this from the road in Queensland. He's up there on a job as a builder on construction. And I think he said he was going to Barcaldine or something.
Where?
Yeah, good question.
Well, there's been another goal down at Solamad, and it's gone to Tuggeranong United. Ugali 0, Tuggeranong United 3.
Wow.
Steve Nealon again. And that will be 3 points in the bag for Mitch Stevens and his troops, who drove down this morning. They left at, I think it was like something like 6 a.m.
They'll be very, very pleased with their trip down the highway. It'll make the return trip home a lot more comfortable.
A couple of changes coming up for Canberra Croatia. I'm expecting to see the departure of Daniel Sparrow and Daniel Colbertaldo very shortly. There's been another goal at Solamad and another goal for Tuggeranong United. Ugali 0, Tuggeranong 4.
That's
just past the hour.
That is an absolute smacker.
There go Colbertaldo and Sparrow.
The two Dans.
The changes over on the far side sees Michael Piccolo and Nick Pradagina making their way onto the field.
Pradagina will be a welcome addition to this side because they're not out of danger yet. They're certainly the better team, but they're not out of danger yet. And Pradagina does carry that massive goal threat.
It's a Steve Nealon hat-trick, I believe, down at Ugali.
He needs somebody else that carries a goal threat, isn't he?
Well, that might put him right up in the race for the Golden Boots, I
Does
believe.
it?
I think he was on, might have been on 10 when the season when we started today. Double check it anyway.
Namovsky off.
Mishko Namovsky making way. Johnny Haidu
Late inclusion, gets himself some game time.
comes on. I think there might be a double change here, is there?
Yes.
Is that Jack Leverett over on the far side has gone away, and Charlie Ray has replaced him.
Spell at Belconnen, Charlie.
Good little midfielder.
He's had a good year, hasn't he?
Yeah. So Nealon's treble, I think, puts him to 13, and I think Nick Pradagina leads the way with 14.
He's well in the.
Well, Daniel Baric has got a couple last night, didn't he? So he might have moved up to
how many
15. I think he might have 15 or 16 now. They're both in it. Anyway, yellow card for Christian Tokic.
3 or 4 games to go. That's still anybody's.
Yeah, it is. There'll be a little subplot. And what it does done is help Tuggeranong's goal difference, was minus 16 today, is now to minus 12. And Queanbeyan City's is now minus 10. And more importantly, Tuggeranong are a point ahead as it stays. So they're improving their goal difference. I'm sure they've not gone down there thinking that we should win 5 or 6-0 to improve the goal difference, but if you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well push on now and try and do it.
And Steve Nealon, with an hour played, half an hour to go, has got himself 3 apparently. And might be in the move for more.
I think it was Archie McGregor went down either last year or the year before and got 4.
He bagged himself 4 in a 4-0 win.
Yeah.
Archie McGregor. Very much amongst the goals. Thanks to everybody for sending us information. Roberts He's giving it away now. James looked offside, but the flag stays down. He can't compete.
Great defender
with Ayul in the end, but luckily for Queanbeyan City, he looked a tad offside from where we were.
He did. He looked marginally offside.
Again, we do have a slightly higher vantage point than everybody else.
We were just about in line with that, and I think he might have hurt his finger.
Landed on it awkwardly. It's an annoying one, wouldn't it, when you have a hand injury or a finger injury when you're playing football, because unless you're a goalkeeper, you don't use it very often, do you?
You don't have to take throw-ins, do you? And he just gave the thumbs up to Dina Grinic saying he's okay. So
well, he couldn't give the finger up, could he?
Not the children's
He's bust. Roberts. Guerrero. Looking to lift it down this near side. Delay peeled wide. Control lets him down somewhat. Yeah.
Impressed with Daniel Roberts today. I think he's had a really strong game and sort of had a really strong season.
Here he is trying to affect something going forward. He's got himself a corner kick here. Just past the arm arch at McKellar. Sorry, Steve. It's Belconnen 1, Croatia 0. In case you missed it, Tuggeranong 1, Olympic 10. Full time in the Women's Premier League. And latest score, as we said, down at Solomad, Ugali 0, Tuggeranong 4.
And here, an opportunity to just put a little bit of nervous pressure on Canberra Croatia. 2-1. Vulnerable.
Roberts swings it into the area. They've all missed it. Far post delay, and he couldn't steer it home.
Well,
there was a chance.
It was a great chance. It was a great chance. I mean, it didn't bounce kindly for him, but his touch sort of created the opportunity for him to finish. Unfortunately for Queanbeyan, he couldn't get it on target. Great chance, though.
I don't know how much you saw, if any, of the Panthers Knights game last night, Steve, but this has a very similar feel to it, where one team is pretty much dominating the game, but just can't shake off the other one.
Yeah,
they're still in with a shouter here.
Of course they are. I mean, it's only
2-1.
A goal now, and really puts a cat amongst them. But I think it's the nature of the competition. There's not that much difference between top and bottom. Whoever turns up on the day is likely to get the 3 points. I think Canberra Croatia have been the benchmark that everybody else measures themselves against.
Well, you know how football works, and it's ridiculous. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, round 15 I should say, Canberra Croatia were battering Tuggeranong United by 7-2. The following week, Ugali go and play Canberra Croatia, a week after that, and beat them 2-1. And now Tuggeranong go down to Ugali and are 4-0 up. Yeah,
you follow form and you will go broke, I tell you.
How does that work?
It's just a topsy-turvy competition.
Guerrero, well, that might have been a sore one for his knee as well, the way he collided with Pradajina. Charlie Ray tried to play it forward. Spaseski.
Consistent defender, isn't he? He got sort of found out a little bit of him against Metro Stars, as did the whole Canberra Croatia side, but what a season he's had.
Guerrero's touch, and that's not good. Max Green might be on this, and he is on this. Can he finish? No, he can't. Second bites.
Oh.
Can't tee up Piccolo. Queanbeyan City's turn to ride their luck a little bit.
Not a great chance, goes begging. I mean, the intercept, the pace that he showed to get to the ball before the keeper could, and then going round him, he probably should have scored himself, but in not scoring, he certainly should have set Piccolo up for the tap-in.
Be interesting to see how close that was when the square ball from Green to Piccolo, how close Piccolo might have been to being offside had he got it.
I think he was behind the ball.
Might well have been. It's a tough old angle, but they should have scored again.
Yeah, they should.
And yet they haven't.
One way or t'other.
Still might. Corner kick. Thomas James over it.
They need another one to sort of...
Well, make everyone feel a bit better, wouldn't it, of a Canberra Croatia persuasion, I'm sure.
They're looking for that comfort goal now.
Savkovic did his best to keep it in, but couldn't.
I think if you're picking the man of the match from Queanbeyan City, you're looking at Middleton, aren't you?
Well, I mean, let's be fair. He's got a block on that as well. He got a piece of it. Yeah. And a good bit of defending as well afterwards. It's into the area. Leverrett's header forward, so ball swung into the middle. think I might have meant, when I said Levitt went off earlier, I think I meant Xavi Bonnets, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I was going off your expertise.
A long way away.
It is. And you got new glasses this week.
I do have new glasses, actually. Yeah. It was young Xavi Bonnets who went off. Doesn't mean I can see any better.
No, you've got to open both of them.
Glasses.
One-eyed Manchester United supporters.
Not much to be one-eyed about, is there? Although now, clearly, having signed those 3 new strikers and Donnarumma coming in or whoever else is coming in goal, they're going to win the league, aren't they?
Well, it's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right about now, they've got as good a chance as anybody else.
It's all-star level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Robbie Slater's not picking them for it.
Well, that's comforting to know, because his picks are always spot on, aren't they?
Yeah. He's picking Liverpool to go back-to-back, and Man United will finish mid-table.
It shows what Robbie Slater knows. Very little. Won a Premier League, you know, apparently.
Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah, he did. Played a few games for them.
It's actually, Mark Schwarzer has just been nominated or inducted into the Hall of Fame. One of 9 footballers who's done so. And he was at Chelsea when they won it, and he was at Leicester when they won it, and never played again.
Well, I'll tell you one about that in a minute. It's swept forward by Savkovic. Haidu fancied it, Van Basten style. Scott Carson was let go, I think, by City in the week, the reserve goalkeeper.
He's only 62.
Played 2 matches for them in his career there, won 11 major honours. Yeah.
But Mark Schwarzer said he didn't get the medals. Now Chelsea...
Scott Carson did?
Yeah. Chelsea said they would give him a medal but didn't, and he wouldn't have accepted it anyway because he didn't play, but they did give him a replica premiership trophy.
That's nice of him.
It's in a cardboard box in his house somewhere.
Yeah. As you do, keep that kind of thing there. Yeah. 11 major honours for Scott Carson. 2 matches.
2 matches, not bad, is it? What
a
career. They lost both games.
Might well have. They didn't say what his record was. Riley Souza. We're 2 games into the season for some of the teams.
Yeah.
In the English league, there'll be some managers on the end of their rope already.
Yeah, Wrexham got beat last night.
Thrashed 2-1 by Southampton, weren't they? 2 goals in stoppage time.
So he, again, after being a dodgy penalty, putting them 1-0 up.
They did bring on a £30 million rated forward, did Southampton, in the second half, apparently.
Did they?
Yeah, the one young guy called Fernandez.
Because the boy that they brought on scored twice, I think. Oh, he somebody got the free kick, so he scored a free kick.
And we saw Wrexham signed Connor Cody.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
A couple of mil.
He's a good signing for Wrexham. Not that long ago, he was a regular England international. So.
Premier League experience. Ayul takes it away from Guerrero, who went down. They coughed it up here, though. That was horrible defending in the end.
What was he thinking?
I'm not sure he was. That was the problem.
He certainly had a brain fade there. That's a good goal.
27 minutes of the second half played.
That's a good goal too.
Delahi still in this. Queanbeyan City. Still in with a shout.
Yeah, they've got to get Roberts on the ball a little bit higher up the park and see if he can't sort of pick something out for him.
Yadrich looking for James. Leverett's come to meet him. And done well to press up Riley Souza as well. Jack Parach Cullen picked off by Delahi.
Midfield square balls, always dangerous.
Haidu, Ray, Savkovic, back for Ayul. Ray again. Pradagino across to meet him. Charlie Ray does well, and he's picked out Johnny Haidu. He's left the ball behind.
Yeah. Really good opportunity. Unfortunately, his touch wasn't quite up to scratch.
Plenty of space for Nicky Yardrick. And he finds Thomas James.
Switches on here.
A lot of space for Pradagino if James can find him, and there he has. Nick Pranajina back for Thomas James. And Savkovic just decides that let's get rid of it and set up again.
Yep. Discretion, the better part of valor, but a lovely flowing move from Canberra Croatia, and that's been the hallmark of their performance today. They've certainly laid down a marker heading into finals that they are going to be one of the teams that are in form and very, very capable of winning games of football.
Remember a game we did, I stood up at Deakin where we watched them play O'Connor Knights, and every chance that came their way, they scored and won 9-1.
Yeah, I wasn't there.
I mean, O'Connor Knights must be watching that thinking, what do we do to deserve that? Because they could have had 9 today, the way they've been playing, and yet they're 2-1 up.
And just can't shake them off.
Yeah, they can't at the moment.
But even in that game, they were 1-0 down, weren't they?
Yeah, they poked the bear.
Yeah.
O'Connor Knights.
And it seems that that's what happened here a little bit when Queanbeyan missed the penalty. It just sort of kicked them back into gear a little bit. They'd had a great start, created a lot of chances, and then it basically sort of gone into walk mode.
Well, they're going to make another change here, Queanbeyan City, it would seem. Samuel Palic, I think that is over in the sunshine.
I bow to your greater knowledge.
Interesting to see who's making way. Not anyone from this free kick, because Savkovic is going to lift it into the danger zone. And Powell saw something untoward.
Yeah, must have been a little push or a grab of a shirt or something.
No hesitation in giving the free kick.
And there's that change. And it's, is it Ayu? No? No.
No one wants to come off. Ayu would be the obvious change.
It looks like it is Gabby Ayu. When he jogged back into position then, I thought it must have been somebody else, but...
Well, he recovered well from a torrid start, didn't he?
He did. Got himself into the game and actually sort of had the better of Daniel Sparrow for a lot of the period that he...
And Palic is giving it away, and his first touch is to present it to Max Green, and that's fatal. And Max Green, who passed up a good opportunity moments ago, did not pass that one up, and that might well be the points.
Yes, that's the third goal. The 2-goal buffer now sort of makes it very comfortable for Canberra Croatia. Poor introduction for Palic, poor back pass, but Max Green has worked hard all day to get onto the end of mistakes like that. We saw him intercept, go around the keeper, not quite finish off as you were alluding to earlier on, but this time emphatic finish, and that gives Canberra Croatia a very comfortable 3-1 lead.
For those of you that tally those kind of things, that's Max Green's 20th goal in all competitions this season, if you include his 6 cup goals and the one he netted in the Charity Shield for Gungahlin United.
It's a great return, but he's a high quality player. Since his return from Sydney, he hasn't really put a foot wrong.
Didn't look like missing that one, did he?
Nope.
Finished it expertly. And he's on the cusp of another hat-trick here. Doesn't mind a treble, Max Green. Got himself a treble in round 15 against Tuggeranong United.
He certainly wasn't making the same mistake as he made when he went round the keeper. He finished that with some class.
But Thomas James is coming off.
Sousa as well.
Riley Sousa's already walked off. Thomas James is heading down. I was going to say the tunnel. There's not really a tunnel, is it?
No. Back to the sheds.
Niki Subasic and Keegan Vucetic. The changes.
And I think that sticks Max Green through the middle. He'll go in as the 9. Just what the 2 central defenders from Queanbeyan want is Max Green coming through the middle at him.
But he's on a hat-trick. If he can get another goal, that would mean that Canberra Croatia have seen hat-tricks in 3 of their last 4 National Premier League games.
There you go.
Some clubs wait a whole year for them. These guys got one in round 15, round 16 and missed out last time out.
Might get one today.
Might well do. Leverett finds Roberts. And the scoreline has a more realistic sheen to it at the moment.
I think it's more deserving. Yeah, I think that on the chances created, that they deserved at least a 2-goal lead.
But Goran Jozolowski will be like, he's tearing his hair out, makes a change.
You know, you make a change. You're 2-1 down, you make a change, expecting the substitutes to impact or influence the game, and he has. but in the wrong way.
Not in the way that he wanted to. Abdurrahim Delahi is making way for Jack Batani, who scored twice in the reserves, and now Guerrero makes way for big Vasco Petrovski.
Batani's got a bit of pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's former Tigers player. Took his goals really well in the reserves.
Oh, the 23s, whatever it is.
Yeah, put his team 2-0 up. Again, they eventually lost 3-2. Not his fault. Max Green looking to rob Petrovski, Tokic rather.
Nearly in again. Nearly pinched it again.
Remember Jack Batani scoring a goal for Tigers, I think it was at the AIS, with a thunderous drive into the top corner a couple of seasons ago, but been plagued by injuries.
Saw a couple of great goals yesterday at O'Connor. J. James Ward with a right foot volley that went in the bottom corner. It was a fabulous finish. And then Jake Bishop, left foot, top corner, to make it 4-2. Fantastic strike.
J. James Ward's been amongst the goals this season, hasn't he?
Played well. He came off the bench.
United.
Yeah, he came and he played very well. But Jake Bishop got man of the match for O'Connor yesterday, and he played really well.
Another former Tiger, isn't he, Jake Bishop?
Played for Tigers. He actually came over when I was there as part of the 23s and managed to sort of get on the cusp of the first grade, and then the season after that was quite a regular.
Yeah, it's a good little player, wasn't he? When he down in the CPL, probably going to make a Premier League return next year, isn't he? When they confirm all of the
whatever goes
ups
on
and
there.
downs, or who's going where and what where and how. But
he certainly looks a class above CPL.
You'll be able to see most of these players when we cover the CPL finals this year. Here's Pradashina. As we always do, we're going to try and get the CPL finals with the prelim, semi-finals and the grand final if it's possible.
Good. Do you know what venues they're at?
I don't know at the moment.
I know the grand finals for men's and women's are at McKellen.
We definitely have the CPL prelim final and the grand final and under 23 grand final for you live.
Oh, excuse me.
There's something to look forward to. That'll be a cracking final series. That swung in towards Middleton.
There's some good teams, some good football
there's some really
played.
good teams in that division. Looking forward to seeing that. And on their day, the 4 or 5 that might make it, Belconnen, Olympic, Juventus, ANU, Brindabella, they're all capable of beating each other.
Yeah, they are, and that's proved to be the case. I mean, Belconnen got a really good...
Roberts always clipped the frame of the bar. It might come for Savkovic. Brown's gone to meet him. That's a good hit from Daniel Roberts.
Yeah, let's give the corner.
Yeah, but all those CPL teams capable of beating each other,
Yeah,
aren't they?
Belconnen have got a good result against the top 4, the other top 4 candidates. They've only been beaten by Juventus, and that's probably why they're in the position they're in. The other games, you can probably say you would expect them to win.
Savkovic to whip this in towards the far post. Max Green with a defensive header. Roberts takes a deflection. Now the break might be on. It's well done by Samuel Palic. Ray forward. Canberra Olympic are the entertainers, aren't they? They score plenty, but they concede a heap as well. Brown punches it high.
They certainly...
Gerbisher away.
With all due respect, they looked vulnerable at the back yesterday.
Well, the last few weeks they've conceded heaps.
It's 5 at Wagga, wasn't it?
Yep. Then there was 4 in a draw, I think, wasn't it? 4 apiece or something like that.
I'm not sure.
Haven't got my notes with me on the CPL.
No, they beat ANU 2-1 in midweek.
With a 93rd minute winner.
Yeah, they've done that quite a bit this year.
From a former ANU player as well, Hassan Al-Nawasir.
Came on and played quite well yesterday.
Daniel Roberts needs a bit of treatment. Now this is when you hate it as a coach, you've made all your changes. 8 minutes to go.
And you don't want this guy going off injured, that's for sure.
No.
He and Middleton, I think, have been the star performers for Queanbeyan today. Savkovic, usual steady self, aggressive self, ball winning in the middle of the park, but not quite influence the game the way you would expect him to or hope he can. But well, Roberts has been good.
Savkovic's effort today has been quite impressive because I was chatting to him when he got here this morning, and he had something dodgy to eat last night, I think. And he said he's been struggling a little bit last night with his sleep and being up and down. So to put the effort in that he's put in today is quite impressive.
Sure. It wasn't a 15 schooners, eh?
I don't believe there was any schooners. He was talking about walnut rakia to settle your stomach, though, if you've had if you're feeling a bit.
There you go.
Yeah. bit sick. So there you go. Go get yourself some walnut raki. It sounds horrible, doesn't it?
You'd say ginger's good for it.
Is it? There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Paste? Just like another thing. Just
No, just raw ginger.
raw ginger.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a doctor. Don't take my advice, please.
No.
No, all letters to Capricorn, all Canberra Croatia.
Yeah. Dr. Forshaw, MD.
Mad dog.
How does he stand? It has, hasn't it? It's just picked itself up. It's blowing a gale. 5 minutes to go at Solar Mads. Ugali 0, Tuggeranong 4. Tuggeranong United moving on to 24 points and into 4th place. 1 point ahead of Queanbeyan City. On the turn,
Good save.
the effort from Haidu.
Good effort, actually, because he's back to goal and he's managed to get that under control and then volley on the turn. Tested the keeper. Not greatly, but at least he was on target.
Made him work. Queanbeyan City, well, they've got O'Connor Knights next week. O'Connor enclosed. Tuggeranong United, well, they will be playing Tigers FC, I think.
Well, at least they're playing them after a midweek game. The Tigers. God, they've robbed them again.
And they might be in again here with Green. Pradagina let it roll. Ryan Keir wasn't there.
No, it was the right idea from Pradagina there.
And then the following week, Tuggeranong United play O'Connor Knights. Queanbeyan City, well, they're here for the derby against Monero Panthers. So in the space of a fortnight, both teams play O'Connor. And both teams have one of the title changes. Here's Pradagina offside. So there's not really much between those in terms of fixtures, is it?
No, no.
So it might really be looking at, it might go down to the wire, to the final game of the season, which would see Queanbeyan City playing Tigers FC, which would not be an easy one for them. Tuggeranong United, well, they'd be playing Canberra Croatia.
We picked the winner out of that.
So so this is a pivotal weekend really at Tuggeranong. I mean, there's a potential that both teams beat O'Connor and don't win any other games.
Yes.
So this might be the telling part of the weekend. Who knows?
Yeah.
Queanbeyan City have beaten Monero Panthers twice this season, and they've got them here in a couple of weeks. Should be a good run-in.
One's quite controversial, I understand.
Apparently so. Pradagina's touch. Now Max Green. He's got the pace to get away. Petrovski's coming to meet him. He's on a hat-trick. Max Green.
It's the keeper. Great run again, though, and you can't blame him for having a go.
But yes, worth keeping an eye on this league over the next 3 weeks or so. Niki Subasic off the bench and pulling it back for Keegan Vucetic likewise. Piccolo. Vucetic. Subasic. Vucetic. Settles for the corner.
Yeah, good football though. Good football, nice and patient. Eventually getting into an area where they might have created a chance, end up in the corner. And when you're 3-1 up, that's just perfect.
Keegan Vucetic is going to cut this one back. Piccolo. Vucetic still 4 in the penalty area if they want to hit them. Piccolo swings it in belatedly. Tokic wins the header.
Big pairing in the middle of the back four, isn't it, for Queanbeyan. Tokic and his partner.
Green and Pradagina. Combining. Yeah, they're big unit, Petrovski and Tokic.
Yeah, they've got plenty of aerial power there. I don't know that just sticking something up in the air like that is the best option. It's got to come in with pace if you're going to put it in.
Spaseski, a bit of a lazy swing of the boots. Got away with it. And he's found Pradagina. Petrovski, also ricocheted kindly for Pradagina, and the flag does go up.
And he was.
Yeah, once it bounced off Nicky Adrich.
Yeah. Bounces off a Queanbeyan play, a different story, but it was off his own teammate.
Haidu looking to get in behind.
Good header.
Well, not vintage Canberra Croatia, but good enough to get them 3 points unless there's a dramatic conclusion.
Look, I think it's not as if the football has been substandard. It's really been where they'd want it to be. It's just the finishing of the chances that's led them down.
It's Nicky Yadrich. He's got a runner ahead of him again.
Should have played it too.
Not sure he saw him, did he?
No.
They are going to go 8 points clear, though.
Yeah, wonderful position to be in this close to the end of the season. I mean, you wouldn't swap this for all the tea in China.
And Tigers have only got 12 to play for, as of the Panthers. They are edging closer.
Ever so slowly.
And there's something going on here with the yellow card for Goran Jozefovski. Ugali have pulled one back at Solomad. Ugali 1, Tuggeranong 4.
In terms of goal difference, that might have some impact.
Could well do, considering how close these two teams might well be at the end of the campaign. There's a race for the top 4. Now, I'm not discounting Gungahlin United from that race with 19 points.
No,
they're still there.
I think they've got a game in hand too.
They've played 17 yet, so they'll have a game in hand on everybody. It's against O'Connor Knights as well, so it's a game that
they can win.
They will fancy that they can win and get themselves to within touching distance.
Well, they'll put them within 2 points of Tuggeranong.
Well, they'll put them in within. At the moment, they're within 4 of Tuggeranong. Tuggeranong winning. Yeah, the 2 of Tuggeranong. Yeah, if they win that game, they'll be on. Tuggeranong will be on 24. Queanbeyan will be on 23. Gungahlin will be on 22. So they're still in with a shout as well.
Absolutely. I mean, Queanbeyan and Tuggeranong will be looking nervously over the shoulders at a fast-finishing Gungahlin,
who've been amongst the goals themselves.
they've certainly had some unusual results. 5-4 at Deakin Stadium. 4-all yesterday.
They're running, if you're interested, is Canberra Croatia next Sunday at home. O'Connor Knights in the catch-up game. Ugali at the AIS, and then they finish over the road against Panthers.
Tough running, but there's winnable games in there. They've certainly got to win the game in hand.
Yeah, give themselves a chance.
Yeah.
And they're playing Canberra Croatia next week, and we always know that Gungahlin and Canberra Croatia games are never quiet affairs, are they?
They're certainly not predictable. I mean, it could be 0-0 or 8-7. You don't know.
What if they can fly their Frenchman back in for a cameo after his 4-goal haul at Deakin?
He's still the top scorer, isn't he?
It's an unbelievable performance.
It was fabulous to watch. It was a great game, wasn't it? It was a really good game. I mean, you can hardly say defences were on top, but excitement for the people that were neutral and just watching it for the pure enjoyment of it.
Almost a minute of stoppage time gone. Canberra Croatia edging their way towards another 3 points. The crowd a little bit scarcer than what it was earlier. Some of the home faithful have given it up for the day as the sun goes down. Roberts. Great feet on this near side from Bitani. Loses out there to Spaseski. In fact, he's a forward rampage towards the end. That's nicely done. Pranashina, Vucetic, Piccolo, Green to his right. Next Green, brought down by Vaska Petrovski. Free kick. And Canberra Croatia can finish the match on the front foot.
No doubt, I think from either of us, Russ, that the best team has come away with the 3 points here. Queanbeyan won't be shattered by this result. I think they would probably have been thinking it was a very difficult proposition, but they've been competitive. They kept it, that 1-goal, 2-goal buffer without sort of being smashed when a lot of the chances that have been created by the team in front.
And they will think back and think, if only Mishko Domoski's penalty had found the back of the net and put them 2-1 ahead. Who knows?
Yeah, that's it.
What happens?
I still fancy that Canberra Croatia might have got away with it, but
you never can tell, can you?
You can't sort of, goals win games, and that if you can get 2-1 up and you've got something to hang on to, then maybe it's a different story. And as we've seen, Canberra Croatia have just not been at the best in front of goal today.
Charlie Ray will keep it in. The flag goes up for offside against him. And that might take us towards the conclusion. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Nick Middleton's had a good day in goal for Queanbeyan City. He kept minute in the first half with several excellent saves.
Yes, no doubt been their best performer.
But as I mentioned, after Abdurrahim Delahi had stolen in a mark to make it 1-1, Mishka Damoski's penalty saved by Sam Brown. And from the moment that Max Green rose highest to nod Canberra Croatia 2-1 ahead early in the second half, there was little doubt as to where the points would end up.
No, I mean the third goal really came as a result of an error of judgment from Palic.
With Samuel Palic off the bench.
Yeah, and Max Green of course finishes it with the class that we expect from him. But yeah, the 3 points heading back to Deakin, and I don't know that anybody can complain about that.
Tuggeranong United have secured the 3 points down in the Riverina. They've finished 4-1 winners. Nicky Yardrich is going to get himself a yellow card here.
That's a silly card. I mean, you're in injury time, you're 3-1 up. He's going out of play.
And there's a little bit going on with Savkovic and Spaseski in backfield. Yeah, and there was a shove, and Marko Savkovic is sent off. And this is all a little bit unruly.
This started up here in the other half. Savkovic late on Spasovski and just sort of legged him up, or body checked him, and now he's sort of carried it on.
And you raise your hands, and you're going to pay the price.
Yeah, I mean, that's a straight red.
And whilst the fall from Spaseski was a little dramatic,
nonetheless, keep your hands to yourself, and that doesn't happen. But that
hurts Queanbeyan City for their run-in, because that's the second red card of the season for Marko Savkovic. I think the first one may have been rescinded.
But he could be looking at 3 or 4 weeks. Straight red, dangerous play, or violent conduct. Although you never know these days.
Well, I don't know how much that was caught on camera, but there wasn't an awful lot in it. Matt says he got it. Good man. All over it. Of course he was.
But it wasn't the only incident, was it? I mean, the incident carried on. He pushed another player over after that. So, yeah, not the cleverest piece of football from...
And this time Adam Powers got the red card out of his pocket, and he meant it.
Yeah, he got the right one out.
And this will add a few more minutes on to the end of stoppage time. And again, Goran Jozefowski will be fuming.
He will, because you've got the free kick and you've got somebody sent off.
And he's lost one of his midfield engines potentially for a good couple of weeks now. We were just talking about the running.
Yeah.
Batani will take this free kick. It's a good angle on that. Sam Brown's come to claim. No hesitation at all from Adam Powers.
No, I think he's been left with no choice.
Spaseski. Charged down by Haidu. Palach Cullen. Piccolo. No, I don't know what happened to cause the coming together.
There was an interchange off the ball.
There's another card coming out here. And I think that's for Tony Spaseski.
I think it is, yeah. Yeah, there was an incident after the ball had been played out of the Queanbeyan half where they came together. And that was then, I think, Spasevski probably carried that on, and he sort of created the incident that has resulted in Savkovic being sent off.
Here's Batani on the overlap. Hooked away as far as Roberts, but it's going to break instead for Yardrich. Now a lot of space here. There's 3 against 1 in this attack. They could really kill it off here, Canberra Croatia, but the ball from Green wasn't good enough. It's not going to matter. Dramatic conclusion to the contest. City end with 10 men. Canberra Croatia end with 3 points. Steve Forshaw.
They deserved the 3 points. They were the better team today and the better team for most of the game. They will be perhaps a little disappointed that they haven't scored a couple of more goals to make it more comfortable or more emphatic. Queanbeyan, I think, can take some positives out of that, or they could have until the last few minutes when Savkovic has given his marching orders, because that will affect the run into the end of the season for them. So, yeah, worthy winners. 8 points clear at the top of the table. You'd be a foolish man to back against them carrying on now and winning the minor premiership. But Queanbeyan have got a fight on their hands now from Tuggeranong and from Gungahlin to sort of cement a position in the semi-finals. Great game to watch though, Russ. Really enjoyed it.
Thanks, Steve Forshaw. One hand, then, we can say, potentially on the League Championship trophy. One hand and potentially 1 foot in the Australian Championship Final Series. And those matches against Avondale, Preston Lions and the champions of New South Wales. Canberra Croatia, well, they had to work hard for it today. Thomas James gave them the lead. Abdurrahim Delahi levelled it for Queanbeyan City. Mishkin Omoski then missed a penalty. We had it all as Max Green scored twice in the second half to put Croatia 3-1 up. The late dismissal of Marko Savkovic left City down to 10. But in the end, Canberra Croatia are the team that benefits. They're 8 points clear at the top of the table and looking good for first place. It's finished here at High Street. Queanbeyan City 1, Canberra Croatia 3.